Regardless of the variety of crop or operating conditions, there are 5 basic functions involved in combining. Let us discover what these functions are and what mechanisms are used to perform them efficiently. Cutting is the first basic function. In standing crops, a rigid cutter bar and high-speed knife are requisites for clean cutting. A deep ledge platform with ample room between the cutter bar and auger ensures that all the crop will enter the machine after cutting. This is particularly important in such crops as grain sorghum, so that heavy heads don't fall to the ground. The reel not only plays a part in the first function of cutting, but also begins the second function, feeding. In the case of windrowed crops, the pickup attachment is where feeding begins. Feeding continues with the feeder auger. Retracting fingers in the center section of this auger deliver the crop to the undershot feeder conveyor. This conveyor helps to comb out clumps and bunches so the crop flows evenly to the cylinder. This field of down and tangled rice illustrates one of the more difficult feeding conditions encountered. The third function, threshing, is performed by the cylinder and concave bar assembly. A rasp bar cylinder is effective in a wide variety of crops. Spike-tooth cylinders are preferred by most rice growers. Cylinder speed has a major effect on threshing aggressiveness. On many combines, cylinder speed is adjusted by changing sprockets. Threshing aggressiveness is also affected by regulating clearance between the cylinder and the concave. On many combines, this adjustment can be made with the combine operating. The broad variety of speeds required is illustrated by the threshing of lawn seed, requiring high cylinder speeds of 1,012 to 1,060 revolutions per minute, and clearance of cylinder to concave about 3/8 inches front, 1/16 inches rear. Compared to such crops as soybeans requiring low speeds of 588 to 828 revolutions per minute, and concave clearance of 5/8 inches front, 5/16 inches rear. It is usually desirable to thresh the crop without seed damage. An exception to this is when the ears are ground to produce ground ear corn feed with a special cylinder and concave equipment. Because early harvest reduces field loss and allows more time for fall tillage, the use of the combine as a corn harvesting machine is increasing year by year. The cutting and feeding function for corn require completely different mechanisms. Aggressive stalk rolls and synchronized gathering chains feed and control stalks and ears. Stripper plates eliminate butt-end shelling of ears caused by contact with the stalk rolls. Deep pockets in row units prevent ears from bouncing out. Separating of the grain from the other crop material is the fourth function. Many machines are designed so that up to 90% of the separating takes place immediately after threshing as the grain falls between the concave bars and the grate section to the grain pan. Separation is completed on the straw walkers. Straw walkers should be designed to handle many kinds of crop materials without clogging. This fin and wire type of design allows a maximum of open area. The grain pan collects the grain and meters it to the chaffer. Lengthwise dividers on the grain pan reduce overloading of one side when operating on a slope. Cleaning of the grain is the fifth function. Cleaning is accomplished with the shoe sieve, chaffer and chaffer extension, and the blower fan. To promote good cleaning, it is necessary to have a uniform airstream through the chaffer and sieve. Straw bridging is a problem created when long straws lodge between the chaffer and sieve. Such materials retard the flow of chaff. This problem is eliminated with an opposed action design that causes the two units to move in opposite directions. In addition to the basic functions of cutting, feeding, threshing, separating, and cleaning, there are other important considerations. In most conditions, a portion of the grain is returned for re-threshing. It is important that these tailings can be readily observed so the operator may determine what adjustments are needed. When the tailings indicate that a change of propulsion speed is needed, this can be easily done by activating a foot pedal hydraulic control, which operates variable pitch V-belt drive sheaves. Or precise control of direction and speed can be obtained with a hydrostatic propulsion system to power the combine axle. There is an area of North America that requires a special kind of combine. This is the Palouse area, where Idaho and Washington join, where slopes of up to 30% are planted and harvested. Grain on these steep slopes can only be harvested with self-leveling combines. A pendulum-actuated leveling mechanism keeps the grain, pan, cleaning shoe, and straw rack horizontal for efficient separating and cleaning. Whether harvesting grain, corn, flax, sorghum, soybeans, rice, or any of the other 85 crops, today's modern combines efficiently perform the 5 basic functions of cutting, feeding, threshing, separating, and cleaning.